Okay, welcome to my first video for the Business Technician YouTube channel. My name is Jared Schilling. I run the Business Technician. I am a small business consulting service in the greater Salt Lake City area. I wanted to use this channel to create some videos for small business owners who don't have a ton of time to add extra things to their business, whether it's content creation, maybe starting a YouTube channel, optimizing their sales and marketing strategy, working on operations, systems, and workflows. And so today, the first video I want to talk about is how to create a simple content workflow using artificial intelligence and WordPress. I know for a lot of small business owners I work with, and I'm talking about small businesses, usually less than 20 people. They're not familiar with AI. They don't have the time to look at AI. Their employees don't have time to look at AI. But if you take some time, a few hours at the beginning, you can set up a system that will allow you to create content for your WordPress website in 10 to 15 minutes. And you could do 10 of those in a day and then just save them in a draft mode and every day kind of drop those into your or every week drop those into your WordPress website. And so, the problem kind of looking at here is small business owners struggle with consistent content creation, myself included, especially with written content. I don't mind doing videos or audio stuff, but when it comes to writing, it's just not the way my brain works. And so now with tools like Claude AI or ChatGPT, it can do a lot of the legwork for you as long as you know how to properly prompt it and get the most out of it. You can't just dump everything you want to get into one prompt into AI. So I'm going to show you how to do it in a little more systematized way to get the most out of the tools. And you can use the free versions if you want to. So the solution is just a streamlined workflow using AI and WordPress to get this SEO content out there to the public. And so this is basically what the workflow outline looks like. We're going to research some keywords. I'll show you how to do that really briefly. And this is going to be pretty high level. You can obviously find other videos or information on how to go deeper on stuff like this. But we're going to do the keyword research. We're going to create the content I'm going to use Claude's new Sonnet 3.7 model. How to optimize for WordPress, create images for your WordPress blog, and then kind of just a final review to make sure everything looks good before you hit publish. The tools you'll need for this are going to be Claude. I prefer Claude. You can use ChatGPT if you prefer that. That's fine. Claude writes so beautifully. It's incredible. And you can alter the tone of the way Claude talks more, and it just sounds way less like AI to me than ChatGPT does. Although ChatGPT did just come out with a new model last week, which I haven't tried yet. So they're changing so quickly, it may just be as good. So whatever you want, and you can just use a free version. I have a paid $20 pro subscription, $20 a month for Claude, which I think is worth it. You'll need a WordPresser. So Claude and ChatGPT will save all your conversations and all the information they make, but I prefer to just put it in Word files and then save the files to a specific folder. It's just easier to organize for me. So you can use Google Docs or Pages on Mac if that's easier. And then, of course, a WordPress website, which we're not going to go into how to build, but hopefully you already have one. And then I do use the Yoast free version plugin for SEO, so there's no extra cost to that, and we'll go over that as well. So, done with that. So let's go into the content creation workflow. This file will be available for download from my website, so anyone can use it. But the first step is finding a key phrase. And so to do that, we're going to open what's called a new incognito window. And I'm using Chrome, which I prefer. And so how we're going to do that is you're going to go here and you click new incognito window. And what this does is basically gets rid of any of your search history so what you've already searched for doesn't play with the keywords you're looking at here. So we're going to go to Google. And I created a fictitious plumbing company in the Mill Creek area, which is a town inside of Salt Lake County, called SCH Plumbing. And so this is just the example I'm using. You can use this for if you're an electrician, general contractor, a builder, you have a retail store, really anything. You're an accounting firm, a legal profession. You just need to change some of the words here. So if we look for Mill Creek plumbers, let's say here, got to spell that right. So we're going to go here and you're going to see a lot of sponsored stuff on here at the beginning. So you've got Google Guaranteed, you've got some sponsored websites here. Mill Creek Plumbing, that's probably always going to come up first because of the name. And then you've got some Yelp stuff, Mill Creek Plumbing again, some Reddit, Obviously, Mill Creek Plumbing is doing a great job. I've never heard of them, but I've never needed a plumber here, so maybe that's why. So this keyword is going to be really hard to rank you because there's clearly a lot of ad spend here. So you may want to try something. Some ideas here is you can go down here and see what other people also search for. So these are obviously search. So here's like best plumbers in Salt Lake City. So you could try something like best. Let's try. Let's do this, except let's change it to Mill Creek. And so, yeah, you'll get a lot of the similar rankings here. So something I always like to think about is like, what else might someone search for? So maybe they'll search for, and this is the one we're going to go with just for time's sake. We're going to do discount plumbers. And what you'll see here is you've got obviously sponsored stuff. Then you get a little AI review coming up here. Mill Creek Plumbing again is up there. And then you get this kind of Yelp, Angie's List, Yelp. And there doesn't seem still Mill Creek Plumbing and Mr. Expert. So we do get some other ones here, but this is a word that might be a little more useful than just saying Mill Creek Plumbers. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that keyword, and I've also created this, which needs to be edited for your specific business. So the key phrase or keyword, same thing, is going to be Mill Creek Discount Plumbing. So we're going to put that in here. And this is what we're going to copy and paste into Claude. And then the blog should discuss, and then you'll want to, whatever your industry is, you want it to be something more general that someone's going to search the internet for, not specifically for your business, but specifically for the industry you're in. So something like what to look for in a good plumber. And remember with this kind of content, like you want it to be useful. It can't just be dumping constant content out and not making it useful. Google's gotten really good at if someone doesn't, you may have all the SEO proper stuff in your blog, let's say, or social media post, but like if someone doesn't stay on the page long enough because it's uninteresting or not useful, Google will rank you lower. So you want to make sure it's useful content for anyone. And it makes you feel good about putting the content out there too, I believe. So we got to fill those two things out. And then what I've also done is I've created an about me. So if you already have a website, this is simple. You'll just copy and paste your kind of about me section in here. I literally took a global, or not a global, but a nationally known plumbing company, copy and pasted their about me, and I just did a find and replace and changed the name to SEH Plumbing. I don't recommend doing that. This is just for so you guys get an idea of what Claude will need to make it a better to prompt it better. So I just kind of this is a made up about me for SEH Plumbing, but you'll put your own in here and have this saved as kind of your about me. And then the third thing you need is some instructions for Claude. So one, my name is Jared Schilling. Two, my local plumbing company. Just to make sure this is all very clear. The clearer and more strict you can be with your prompting, the much better output you'll get. I've put who I'm targeting, so I want local homeowners in the greater Salt Lake area, people that need service quickly, non-technical people, depending on your business and what you're going after. Like for my consulting business, I have different instructions in here. The content should be informative and not a sales pitch for my business, right? Because you want people to use this information, and then hopefully, lo and behold, there's your business attached to the blog. And then the content should include some sort of relation to one of my services included in the SCH plumbing file. So that's my about me file here. So it knows to look in here and somehow incorporate the businesses I have into this blog it's going to create. Now, this seems like a lot of things you have to have, but like once you have this all set up, this may take you an hour or two to build. This is really easy to just plop into Claude. All you ever really have to change going forward once you have this stuff is the key phrase you want to use and what you want it to talk about. So from here, we're going to go into Claude and let me real quickly create a new chat. Okay, so you can see I've already been messing around with this stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach our two files here. So I'm going to do that off screen just, I guess, for privacy reasons here. So you're going to just attach the two, 1 second. You're going to attach your instructions, and then you're going to attach the about me into there. So those two Word files we just talked about, so those are going to be not that, but the instructions page here, SEH Plumbing Instructions, and SEH Plumbing, which is my About Me. So you need those two files. And then we're going to go back here to Claude. And then what we're going to want to do in here is we're going to want to add the prompt I created. So we've changed these. I'm not going to go through everything that's in here, but it's all meant to be SEO optimized. You can obviously change this to do something different. We're going to paste it in here to Claude. And from there, we're going to tell Claude to create us something cool, and we'll see what happens here. So in this, I'll go over this while it's creating this. I've asked Claude to, let me do it here, it'll be a little easier. I've given it some key phrase rules. So we wanted the key phrase to appear in the title. We wanted the title to be less than 50 characters, things of this nature. I want it to create a slug. So that'll be kind of like your website slash whatever. That needs to be optimized. A meta description, which needs to be optimized. Image suggestions, I've given it, and you can change this if you want the word count to be different, but this is kind of like a key, pretty 800 to 1200 is pretty standard. Also, sometimes I've found that AI likes to create examples and then pretend they're real. I don't like that. It feels unethical. So I do have this use generic hypothetical examples. And just some other things, and how to create the meta and all that. And again, you can change this if you want, but it's worked really well for me. So it's created this entire thing. And so this is what it's chosen for the title: Mill Creek Discount Plumbing, Finding the Right Pro. It gives me the key phrase. So I just want to make sure it's using the correct key phrase. It's given me the slug here, which is that link. It's given me a meta description. The one thing I found about this is that meta description should be under 156 characters, including spaces. This always seems to go over, so I'll probably have to change it. But here you have all this and ready to go. And I suggest like reading through it and of course making sure like everything sounds right. And from here, all you really have to do then is let me create one second. I'm just going to go to my WordPress site over here. Just show you how easy this is now to paste in. I should have had this ready. Okay. Okay, so we're going to add a new post here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here. I'm going to copy the title in with Control C, Command C if you're on a Mac. Okay, great. I'm going to click here. I'm going to copy from here down. Keep doing this by accident. I'm going to paste this in here. I'll need to update these links. For some reason, Yoast doesn't automatically know that. But if I go down to here to Yoast, I need to put in Mill Creek Discount Plumbing. So that's the focus key phrase. So now it's going to take that and update my SEO. I need to give it the slug, which again, we have right up here for us. And you can see how quickly, honestly, even if you're not super fast with computers, I'm going to copy the meta description, which I'm sure is, see this orange, I know it's already too long. So learn essential qualifications, questions to ask, and how to avoid common hire. Maybe if we just get rid of this. And again, this is just the meta description, so it's what and avoid, maybe if we get rid of this. Jeez. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's green now. And now you can see our SEO analysis from just that one prompt, and all I had to do was change this, and I'm sure I can do something to make the AI properly put this out under 155 characters, but so far I haven't been successful at that. But other than that, like we're good to go. The only thing I need to do is add some internal links to my website, which for that you just kind of go through and say, like maybe on your website you talk about infrared leak detectors. You can easily just highlight this, make it a link, and copy in the URL, and you can make internal links like that. So I do usually go through and make a few internal links, and usually I'll create like 2 or 3 external links. I'm in the consulting business, so I use a lot of software for external links. So that one's kind of easy. It's a little more tricky with things like this, but um, you can you could put a Lineable in here or a Yelp in here and have it be an external link for that. And then the last thing I wanted to go over is just about, and you can see here Yoast has green. So this is great readability is the second one, and the top one is great SEO. And all I had to really do, I mean, if you really think about it, is I had to change this word, which you can do. I recommend doing research and get a bunch of key phrases. Like if you're really feeling it one day, spend time to just get a lots of key phrases and to do this, and then just come up with some of these. And I honestly, I keep a word file list of all my key phrases and all the blogs I want to discuss. And as I create them, I just cross them out on the Word file, save it. And so this becomes a system that literally, I mean, this whole video will probably be under 20 minutes, and I've done some extra things. Once your system is good, you don't even have to do. Um, and then from there, they do recommend that you add images. You have to use free use images. Lately, I've been going out and taking photos of things because using your own images is definitely better. But you can use websites such as, let me pull up one here real quick. If you go to Canva, which is free to use, and you go create, just gonna pull this up over here. If you go to Canva, you can just sign in with your Google account completely free, and you create a new project here, and you just go down to photos. You have access to a huge library of free use photos. Some are going to be for the pro subscription, I guess, if you want to pay for it. I don't. But like, I mean, living in Utah, I can just say mountains. A lot of times you can use. And these ones with this little thing are the pro accounts, but there's plenty of choices here. And you can literally take the mountains, fit it to this screen, move it around, hit share, click download, and you've got an image. That took 4 minutes, not even 2 minutes to do. So that's an easy way. There's other free use image websites, but I do use this sometimes. I highly suggest, though, using your own photos when you can. That's really important. Let's see. And so that's really it. The last thing, and so just kind of an overview here of what we did. So you'll find the key phrase, create the prompt, which we already have. You just have to change the key phrase, and you just have to change the blog you want to write about. Go through your blog posts, make sure, like I talked about, to create 2 internal links or interlinks and 2 outbound links. I do like to cross, so like if I have multiple posts about a certain topic, I like to cross link the posts, which you can do once you have a few more blogs open. This is particular to this is literally the system I go through every time I do a blog post. Images, you want to use your own photos, you can go to Canva. Make sure to save the photo, not as something weird like XY126_5. Save it as the actual key phrase name, and then just go in and make sure too that you change Google loves to make sure you have alt images, which you can do once you've clicked on the image. Let's say here, you can click here and it's going to give you an alt text box. And that's so if someone actually can't see, the browsers now can read alt text. So if there's an image there and someone actually can't see, they're blind or they can't see as well, it will actually read off what that image is to them out loud, which is pretty cool. And Google loves when you do that. So just make sure to do that for images. And then just a little cleanup here. I like to add a separator at the bottom within my website and email underneath it. That's up to you. This is kind of specific to me because I use Astra, but maybe you would need that as well. I just like to make sure it makes sense. Check Yoast for any additional changes needed. And then at the very end, when you click the publish button up here, I'll just show you. I'm not going to actually publish this. You just want to make sure to add a few tags here and then assign it to a category. And if you don't have a category, just add a new category. Right now, I'm doing a lot of human resources and AI technology stuff, so that works as well. Whatever you want to do there, I'm going to cancel that because I'm not actually going to do it. So, yeah, that's really it. Hopefully this was a helpful video. If you have any questions, Feel free to leave a comment. My website's on there, my contact email through YouTube. But yeah, this is the first video. Hopefully this is helpful. We'll make more as we go. And with that, I will close it down. Thanks.